Reaction we have seen on China's Sina Weibo has not abated. Netizens both in and outside the southern Chinese city of Foshan are wondering just how a 2-year-old girl there could be run over not once but twice as one person after another passes her by. And with the girl now clinging to life in hospital, Eunice Yoon takes a look at the controversy.
A security camera in southern China captured 2-year-old Wang Yue wandering into the alley outside her father's hardware store. But what happens next is too disturbing to show you. A white van barrels into the toddler, running her over not once but twice. A few minutes later, a truck approaches and drives over her motionless body. The video outraged the public when it hit the internet here. Equally shocking to citizens, the reaction of passers-by, pedestrians, cyclists, drivers, more than a dozen of them who didn't stop to help. Millions are weighing in on what they see as a decline of morality on Weibo, China's version of Twitter. This user writes, "We once believed in a world filled with love and were taught by the government on maintaining high moral standards, but the cold reality just keeps flying in the face of our belief." Some observers argue the country's education system has failed to cultivate a respect for human life as 1.3 billion people compete to climb up the economic and social ladder.
There have also been several cases recently of elderly people who've collapsed or injured themselves in public places who later sue the people who've tried to help them. So many people in China are concerned that they could get into trouble themselves for being a good Samaritan.
This is sort of classic bystander effect, if you will, where people sort of have a diffusion of responsibility. They think, do I have to stop? There are other people around who might see this. But secondly, they were going places. This was rush hour. Studies showing that when people hurry and they're having to meet a deadline, they are less empathetic, less compassionate, more likely to stop.
After 10 minutes, someone did stop, a 58-year-old woman who collects trash for a living. She moved Wang to safety. "I didn't understand why no one else had carried her from the street," she says. Wang's mother expressed her gratitude for the scavenger's kindness. Both drivers have since been detained, and the little girl is now in hospital, where she remains in critical condition. Eunice Yoon, CNN, Beijing.
Now, Eunice showed us that emotional scene of Yue's parents kneeling before her rescuer. Many Asian cultures, kneeling with your forehead to the ground is a sign of extreme deference. And you can see Chen Xianmei. She looks just a little bit uncomfortable by the attention and tries to get the couple to stand up. And she's actually come under criticism in China, accused by some of being a fame seeker. But Yue's mother says that she believes Chen was showing the goodness in human nature. And the China Daily is reporting that Chen has been rewarded by government officials for her good deed. She has been given 10,000 yuan, that's nearly $1,600. And Chen has been quoted as saying, "The most important thing is to save a life." And she was just a little child. Well, thousands of Chinese netizens are using the hashtag #PleaseEndTheIndifference to raise awareness online. And the story has been the most popular topic on Sina Weibo, that's China's equivalent of Twitter, since Monday afternoon. And one user, Liu Wuhan Blue, reflected on what had caused this tragedy, saying, "Look at what happened to Good Samaritans before. Our citizens are too scared to practice conscience. This is our nation's heartbreak." And another user has weighed in on how to stop the widespread hesitancy in offering a helping hand. Now, Liang Yuan Mingyue says in order to end the indifference, we must first end the fraud against Good Samaritans through media reports, legal protection, and social uproar. Our netizens are also condemning the driver who told local reporters that if Yue survived the accident, it would cost him significantly more money than if she did not. At Cola Ring 3, Wei Xin says, "I only want to ask him this. What if she was your daughter?" Many are also posting their reactions on our Newsstream blog. And one user who is living in China weighs in that this type of carelessness is very common in larger cities where any concern for others has been lost as people get more consumed in their materialism. And if you want to have your say, just click onto the Newsstream blog, and there you can find a reaction to this story from China and around the world. Just go to CNN.com/Newsstream. And ahead on Newsstream, a monumental